Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from tarotforhealing.com. Hope you guys are doing really well. This is your weekly general reading, and this time I'm going to be using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. And the first card to show up was the 7 card, which would be the Chariot in the Rider-Waite um, tarot, and in this deck is Triumph. The next card, which would be the Fool, is New Beginnings. The last card is Shadow, which would be the Moon. And the card that was underneath the deck, which would have been the Hierophant, is Wisdom. So, okay, what it is in terms of this message that is coming through, the first card being Triumph is basically it's saying that you've been through the difficulties, you've done everything to the best of your ability, you've made it through, you've accomplished things along the way. It hasn't been easy, but anything worth gaining usually isn't easy. It takes time, it takes dedication, and for you it's like saying that you have been dedicated to a particular outcome or a certain goal or something that you've had in mind, to the point that this week could be the time that you really start to see some kind of breakthroughs or some things starting to really develop and take shape. This card says that a lot of what you've been going through, you've been managing everything by yourself. You've been trying to maintain everything on your own. Maybe you've tried to not reach out to other people because you just feel like, okay, this is my responsibility. I have to get through this. I have to do this. It could be a situation where you've been so sort of emotionally invested in a certain outcome that it's almost like you couldn't let failure be an option. Like you had to just try to make it all the way through the best way you can. And so this is the time where you really start to see the results of that kind of hard work, dedication, and again your commitment to a particular result that can, you've seen it all the way through. So it's a good card in that respect. And it seems that what's kind of developing here is, again, is something is opening up for you, and it's an opportunity for you to explore. It's an opportunity for you to maybe be in different environments or experience different people, or for you to even look at your life in a very different way, doing something that opens you up to, again, a new perspective, a new way of thinking, a new way of being, maybe even a new way of living. And as you can see for this lady here, she looks like she's just at the beginning, at the start of a journey. And for her, it's like the world is her oyster. She can do, go, be what she wants to be, and it's like it's all up to her. It's all her choice. Like the world is at her feet. And so it's kind of like when you look at life in such an optimistic way. And I think that's really good, because I think when you've gone through a lot of difficulties, you can sort of look at life in a really pessimistic way and kind of be like, oh yeah, like I finally achieved what I want, but then I've had to work so hard and it's been so difficult. It's like, you, even if you reach the point of accomplishment, you can still kind of feel a bit bruised and pushed around a bit by what life has thrown at you. But what it's saying here is that actually you're not really thinking that way. You're thinking more in terms of, okay, I've achieved this now, so now what can I do? What possibilities is this going to open for me? What is the new chapter in my life that is now opening up because of the hard work and commitment that I've put into everything up until this point. And as you can see here, it's like the door is closed behind her. So it's sort of like she's leaving behind maybe even a even it could be even like leaving behind something that, again, is either old, or something that was limiting you, or something that could have been holding you back. But it's like now you have the opportunity to kind of be free of that situation, or to walk away and to experience something new, something better, something that is more fulfilling for you at this point in your life. The only thing I would say when the Fool does show up is sometimes the Fool can really inspire us to do make all these changes or to do things differently, but always sort of think things through as well. Like, don't just do things on a whim, because I feel like the fool can sometimes make us, again, just think that, okay, this is a great idea, let me just go straight into this. And I would say, kind of, yeah, think it through, create a plan so that everything kind of falls into place as you want it to. Because the card that follows up is the moon, and to me the moon can represent things not being very clear, things not being very certain. I don't know why, but like, I pulled these cards and I was just looking at them just to get a feel of how they sort of fit all together, even with the Hierophant card. And I'm kind of feeling with this card that it can also be representing, it can represent deception, things not being told to you, but it also can represent, looking at these two figures, like a power struggle. So I'm kind of seeing like where it could be representing a situation where you're in search of some kind of new beginning, because again, you've tried your best to get to this point, but then it could be either somebody that is trying to block you, or somebody that almost wants to keep you where you are. Maybe they don't like this new you, or maybe they don't like the fact that there is something new going on with you. And so it's almost like somebody could be like envious, or somebody could be feeling like they want to take control of you or this situation. And I feel like it's somebody that is in a position of authority. And when I say a position of authority, um it doesn't have to mean a person that is like literally like a police officer or something like that, which, to be honest, it could be like it can sort of represent somebody like that too, like not the moon specifically, but just the feeling like I'm getting from this card, the way it's sort of portrayed in this deck. And to me, I'm just kind of feeling like there's somebody that is trying to impose a restriction upon you. And so it could even be somebody that is a parent, somebody that almost has feels like they have a responsibility over you. And I don't think that they're doing this for the right reasons. That's my issue. I think sometimes, people can warn you and can tell you, but I think, to a certain extent, it is for you to kind of live your life. And I think that that's how you're going to feel with this full card coming up. It's like you just want to live your life. You just want to do what you want to do. You want to be free. You want to be able to go where you want to go. You want to just kind of, just think about yourself. But then there's somebody else that is sort of saying, no, don't do this, or don't go, or I think you should do this instead, that kind of thing. And I feel like it can be an issue, because I think you're going to go against this person and be like, you know what, I just want to do what I want to do, but they're not going to be for it. And that's where the Hierophant can come in as well, because the Hierophant can be that kind of energy as well, a person that thinks that they're a bit of a know-it-all, and they can tell you because they've been there and they've done that, and they're wiser than you. As you can see, he has the book in his hand. It's almost like he's saying, I've read this, I've read the book, I'm trained in the biblical scriptures, and so it's for me to tell you what is right for you to do and how you're supposed to live your life. So this could be somebody that is even, maybe even a religious person, that is sort of trying to tell you, maybe that you should, embrace whatever faith that maybe you've been raised into, or you should embrace a certain way of thinking, maybe based on a religious doctrine or something like that. um but then at the same time, it doesn't have to be necessarily just religion based. It could also be a case of somebody, again, that is just that just thinks that they know better than you do. And what I would say here is, again, because of the way the cards work, this Hierophant could be representing somebody else, but it also could be telling you that maybe you need to be the Hierophant in this situation. Maybe you should be the one to use your own wisdom to make sensible decisions, to bring in the changes that you want to see, or to do the things that mean or matter to you. because to me, even though the fool can represent somebody that maybe doesn't know it all, but at the same time the fool does have a certain amount of wisdom that he has to offer as well. But again, to me, a lot of his wisdom is sort of metaphysical, spiritual kind of wisdom, whereas the Hierophant is spiritual wisdom as well. But to me, the Hierophant sort of is more about religion, it's more about authority, and it's more about almost like yeah, to me, it's like where this could be representing more pure spirituality, this is more the practical spirituality. That's just how I view the cards. And so sometimes, and so that might be you, like you might be more into sort of this kind of, you know, more of that kind of metaphysical stuff and all that kind of good stuff, and you could be dealing with somebody that isn't into that kind of stuff, and again wants, you know, to sort of change you or make you believe in what they believe, and then it can present an issue. If it's not that, it also, these cards could also be representing a Hierophant can also represent somebody that is a boss as well to you. But I think that there is some, when I look at these two cards together, the Moon and the Hierophant, I'm thinking that there is somebody in a position of authority that isn't being entirely honest. They aren't being entirely honest, and you might be really excited about an opportunity, and you might miss the fact that this person, that maybe things are not all as it should be. Because again, sometimes when we, you know, sometimes when we're on a certain path and things seem to be good, and you know, opportunities come, we can be so quick to kind of just go for it, and you know, not read the fine print, not really know all of what is really going on in this situation. Plus, we have to kind of be careful because, you know, we are in Mercury retrograde time, and, you know, there can be a lot of misunderstandings in this at this time as well. And so, you know, it's a really good time to really get clear on anything that you get yourself into, so that you really know, okay, this is on the up and up, or this is exactly what I want, because you don't want to sign on the dotted line and then later on it's an issue, especially dealing with this kind of Hierophant and this kind of sort of dictator energy I'm kind of seeing in these cards. It almost could be that, you know, again, you can get yourself in a situation where this person might have you tied into something that you wouldn't want to really be tied into, but I feel like it's going to be something that is for their own gratification more than your own. So yeah, just be careful with that kind of energy. So yes, peace and many blessings to you. I'll see you guys. Bye.